Now the star-belly Sneetches had bellies with, the plain belly Sneetches had none upon. Those stars weren't so big, they were really so small you might think such a thing wouldn't matter at. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneetches would brag. We're the best kind of Sneetch on the... With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain belly. And whenever they met some, when they were out, they'd hike right on past them without even... When the star-belly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at... You only could play if your bellies had... And the plain belly children had none upon. When the star-belly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts or picnics or parties or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the... They left them out cold in the dark of the... They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after... Then one day, it seems, when the plain belly Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of... My friends, he announced in a voice clear and... My name is Sylvester McMonkey Mc... And I've heard of your... I've heard you run. But I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed. Then quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar and he said, you want stars like a star-belly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard. Then they clambered inside in the big machine. And it clonked and it bonked and it jerked and it burked and it bopped them about, but the thing really... When the plain belly Sneetches popped out, they had... They actually did. They had stars upon. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars from the start. We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your Frankfurter. Good grief, said the ones who had stars from the first. We're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now how in the world will we know, they all frowned, if which kind is what, or the other way? Then up came McBean with a very sly, and he said, things are not quite as bad as you. So you don't know who's who, that is perfectly true. But come with me, friends, you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneetches on beaches, and all it will cost you is $10. Belly stars are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like Sneetches who have them on. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite... Then with snoots in the air they paraded about, and they opened their beaks and they let out a shout. We know who is who, now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without. Then those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then, from then on, as you probably guess, things really got into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day, on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches.
You forgot that.
Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machine they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money, they kept running through, till neither the plane nor the starbellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up, and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They never will learn. No, you can't teach a... But McBean was quite wrong. I'm quite happy to say that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches, and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. And no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars, and whether they had one or not upon stars. The Sneetches put you to sleep?